Hi, welcome back. If you've been following my Aspire Framework series from my book, No Going Back, Leadership Without Limits, you'll know you've explored the leadership foundations of awareness, strategy, people, innovation, and resilience. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. You're joining us at the final chapter of the framework, but perhaps the one that determines whether everything else succeeds. Because leadership isn't defined by what we know, it's defined by what we do. That's why today we're talking about execution. Here's the reality. Organizations rarely fail because they don't have enough ideas. They struggle because they don't consistently execute those ideas. I've seen organizations spend months developing strategy plans. The vision is clear, the goals are ambitious. Everyone leaves the planning series energized. Then, daily priorities take over. Meetings replace momentum. Accountability fails. Before long, the strategy is sitting on a shelf collecting dust. Transformation without execution is simply theory. Execution is where leadership earns its credibility. It means turning decisions into disciplined actions. It means following through, measuring progress, making adjustments when necessary, and refusing to lose sight of the outcomes you're trying to achieve. The most successful leaders aren't necessarily the ones with the most brilliant strategies. They're the ones who create a culture where people know what matters, understand their roles, take ownership, and consistently move forward. Execution isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Small, intentional actions repeated over time create remarkable results. As leaders, we need to ask ourselves, are we simply talking about change, or are we creating it? The Aspire framework isn't 6 separate ideas, it's one leadership system. Awareness helps you see the future. Strategy charts the course. People make it possible. Innovation keeps you relevant. Resilience keeps you moving. And execution turns potential into results. Because at the end of the day, leadership isn't measured by the plans we write, it's measured by the results we create. I'm Anne Bloom, author of No Going Back, Leadership Without Limits, available on Amazon. Thank you for joining me throughout this Aspire series. I hope these conversations have challenged your thinking, provided practical ideas you can apply, and inspired you to lead with greater intention. If your organization is navigating change, building leadership capability, or preparing for what's next, I'd welcome the opportunity to connect. You'll find me on LinkedIn. If you send me a connection request, please include a brief note letting me know what resonated with you and why you'd like to connect. I always enjoy building relationships with leaders who are committed to learning, transformation, and growth for sustained success. You can also learn more about my work at www.youraspirecoach.com, because great leadership doesn't happen by chance. It happens through intentional actions. Thanks for listening.